What's happening?
Tony Soprano's mother's wake is tonight. Want me to wear a wire?
Why not? You need batteries? Let's go right over here to Office Depot.
Okay.
You know, maybe you're right. My shrink says that all women are not cut out to be martyrs.
Is that a slam at me?
No. Look, if my father was in the freaking Cirque du Soleil, maybe I would have turned out like Hup. How?
None of my childhood schoolwork or artwork or anything for that matter is here anymore, nor Barb's. Anthony Soprano, 7th grade Mr. Martino. I had him. When everybody agreed that I had extraordinary visualization skills. Those pencil drawings that I did at Grandpa. Good.
So the thing that may start turning him around on how he feels about his mom is the fact that his mom don't really fuck with his sisters like that. I like that they did it that way. Not like they just found everybody's shit down there. No. She still has to be her scumbag self. So it ain't no sister shit. It's just his.
Don't. Sorry.
Tony, I'm sorry. He's disrespectful.
Nah, fuck him. Fuck him. Fuck him and his uncle.
Fucking motherfucking pain a fucking ass!
Could we not, huh? With the tantrums?
For this shit, I missed the Jets' first home game.
I think I just...
Are they saying when you make a ceremony might happen now with this delay?
Stop asking fucking questions.
What are you, breaking the terms of your house arrest?
I got a dispensation from the marshals. She's my sister-in-law, for Christ's sake.
My dad's very ill, too.
Allow me to express my condolences and those of the 8th Ward.
Thank you, Assemblyman.
Oh, okay.
I met your mom once or twice. That was, a proud Newarker.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, hey.
Reverend.
My sibling.
Yeah, Reverend this, Reverend that.
We talked about this day, did we not?
They did talk about that day.
You know, State Assemblyman Zellman, right? From the 8th Ward?
Do I know this guy? You bet.
Yes, we go way back. How are you, Assemblyman?
Reverend?
Why she looking like that? Is she wondering why her father treat that one different than others?
They're dropping like fucking flies.
It's all that charcoal broiled meat you people ate.
Nobody told us till the 80s.
I'm kidding you, you old fuck. Come on with you.
What do you want?
I'm hoping that we can use this sad occasion to put bitterness and sore-headed feelings aside.
I'll behave how Tony wants. I don't want to add to his stress.
Rafi Seferetto, you got word to me. The kid's been a top fucking earner ever since that rat bastard went in the program. You can't deny it.
And 3 months ago, by you, the rat bastard was the second fucking coming.
Yeah,
Why do
exactly.
You do this to me?
Exactly.
Because I'm the boss of this family. You forget.
I forget nothing. Don't make me say things to you we'll both regret.
Go ahead. I'm fucking fed up.
He just ready to die too. He's like, oh, fuck it.
Stay home, clip your coupons, be a happy man.
But this economy is so robust, you get credit for shit you had nothing to do with. Fucking chinks and housewives are betting football.
You better be finished.
Like a true leader, getting clout for shit you ain't had nothing to do with.
Joe Zachary?
Yeah?
Oh, boys! No fire!
That is messed up to be doing all that work and you ain't getting to pay, credit, clout, anything. The money of a captain.
Did you talk to her?
She is sure you said something to him. He won't discuss it. I want to thank you for all you've done for her.
She was much work, but in the end, she defeated me.
We're not going to be needing your services anymore, obviously. I'll be moving into the house. So if you could just get your stuff out of there by this weekend, I think that would be good.
Tony says I can continue situation till Bill and me find house.
I'm going to be living at 55 Benedict. Speaking of which,
I spoke to someone.
my
I hate
mom
it.
had
I
this
said
kind of extensive record collection. Do you know where they are?
She gave to me those records.
But those are my mother's records, and I feel very close to them. I want the entire discography back at the house by this weekend.
She's already becoming a robot, like the rest of us.
I'm so sorry about your grandma.
At least she didn't suffer.
All our innocence is gone.
Dead silence. Goes on for about a minute, 2 minutes. Finally, a voice from the back. His brother was worse.
Fucking Silvio said.
This is a survivor show. Somebody should find the winner, stick a pistol in the face, and say, you're not gonna survive this unless you give me 25% of that fucking $1 million.
We can all take a break from eating for 5 minutes. It won't kill us.
Oh, she's the worst.
Most of you will probably
made a
remember
mistake.
that this was her favorite song.
Fuck is that? Who was that? Whoever it was, I'm going back upstairs. This motherfucker.
What struck me most was she didn't mince words.
What is
Between brain and mouth, there was no interlocutor.
You just don't keep saying the same thing in different ways.
Anthony Jr.
Yeah, it has been affecting
I
him.
don't know what to say.
Come on, lay off him, Janice. Move on.
Thank you. Fuck is you doing?
She was my best friend. If anybody died or was in the hospital, I could be sure I'd get a call from Lee letting me know.
Thank you.
That woman was out there gossiping.
Well, most of you will probably remember that I have an extraordinary visual sense. When I was a child,
The worst.
my
the
mother
worst.
didn't let me rest on those laurels.
Fuck out of here.
She believed that wildflowers blossom best among the rocks. Little water. She was tough.
Cut it out.
But she was...
How long did it take her to think of that?
And she's the reason I make videos today. Tony? Maybe you'd like to tell them how Ma saved all your childhood schoolwork and varsity letters and
What?
none of mine are Barbara's.
Let me calm down.
You just did.
Right?
Wrap it up, Janice.
Wrap that shit the fuck up. Ain't nobody playing with you, Janice.
I hear she didn't suffer. For that, we can be grateful.
Thank you.
They say no two people on Earth exactly the same.
But do they know that for sure? Because they would have to get everybody together in one huge space. And obviously that's not possible, even with computers. And not only that, they'd have to get all the people who ever lived, not just the ones now. So they got no proof. They got nothing.
I guess our little secret dies with her.
Hey, pick that up. Everybody's in there telling stories of her. I got a butte.
Oh no,
Marty.
he about to get clapped.
This is such a crock of shit. I'm sitting here thinking I should protect my children from the truth about their grandmother on the one hand. On the other, I'm saying to myself, what kind of example am I setting? Smiling, passing out cheese puffs
Fuck
over a
them
woman
cheese
that we
puffs.
all know was terribly dysfunctional.
Dysfunctional cunt.
Who spread no cheer.
She sucked cheer.
At all.
Carmela, be quiet.
Nah.
This is my house.
Exactly.
I'm leaving.
Let her talk.
Then bounce.
goddammit.
Get down,
Now
Joe.
I'll speak if I want. God damn it, who are you? Minister of propaganda.
Set her straight.
We suffered for
with that
years
hair.
under the yoke of that woman. Years.
Under the yoke of that
She
woman.
estranged us from our own daughter. Ruined I don't know how many goddamn Christmases. I don't want to even begin to count. No, don't hand me that. Bullshit. You wanted it, you got it.
Oh, this is great. This is your turn up, Hugh.
From beyond the grave. You all.
Exactly,
her children,
you dumb
ignored her wishes.
motherfuckers. Janice, this is Janice's
Only
fault.
after she's dead, by the way.
Yeah, oh, facts. Turn up. Turn up,
She didn't
Carmela.
want a funeral. She didn't want a remembrance of any kind. Why? She didn't think anybody would come. She wouldn't write down her memories for her grandchildren because she figured nobody loved her enough to read them. She knew there was a problem.
Turn up. She was over there stewing, sipping. I was going to make a comment about her sipping, but people would be talking and shit. She had been sipping all night.
There's desserts in the dining room if anybody wants some.
That sobered him up real quick. I like that scene. He said, God damn it. That old bitch. We was under her yoke.
You're my baby. You're going to get well and strong. All of us together again. I'm almost glad this happened.
Ma, they're bringing Tom home.
They are when?
Right now, he's on his way.
Oh, it's wonderful. I'll get his room ready. I knew my baby would come home.
So the beginning that I usually used to do here is now going to the beginning, because I'm noticing when I post stuff, people don't even go to my reviews. It's a select few of you guys. First 2 episodes have both been interesting. That little thing they did at the beginning, I don't care about that. The little rewind thing, I don't care about that. What I do care about is there's certain things in it that they play with it in a way where, okay, we know there ain't been a mobster movie we've seen where they haven't shown how they feel about black folks. There's not one. And so if Tony never said Mooly or Mulian, if he had never uttered that word, we would know how he felt. So when the Noah Tannenbaum thing came, as soon as I saw him and his hair, I said, oh, he's half Jewish, half black. His name is Tannenbaum. And I saw his hair, I said, Lenny Kravitz, right? And so Tony goes and he says all this shit. Now, what's dope about this is how the show deals with it. It's not just he gonna say this and that's where it's left at. He got a daughter. That's her friend. They ain't even get to like kick it like that. We'll see how that goes. But Tony goes off, says all that, and she knows he said something. And what's so crazy about it is Tony, when she asked him, did he say something? Tony could have just lied, like, no. But Tony being Tony, you keep walking down those fucking stairs. That's how he said it, like, you know. So I like that they show it that, yo, she do not fuck with him. That's going to be one of the few things that's going to cause her to be like more distant from him as time goes on, right? So yeah, they're not just throwing it in there for the sake of throwing it in. Like, you know, we've heard the speeches from The Godfather, or we've seen all that shit, how they talk about black folks, but on here, it's touching the family. And the first thing he went to was like some barbaric, vile bigotry, right? Like, so the fact that they're covered where now it's on the daughter and how the daughter responds, it's going to be interesting. I wonder if that was just a 1 episode thing, if that's going to be something that they cover a little bit more. Because remember, it's multiple things with her dad, right? Like with all kids, it's, you know, it's the gangster thing, it's the lying, it's the way every once in a while he'd bring that asshole shit home, you know. Then we see his mom, okay, Tony's mom. I told that thing about how they said they did the green screen. Okay, I saw that green screen. That was funny, but not enough to like really go into it like that. It's what they had to do at the time. But so they have her die on the show. And they go, hey, she didn't want no funeral or nothing like that. And I'm just thinking, okay, so get together. And that's more offensive. Like, I feel like, let's say they were having a funeral and Janice goes, I don't want to come. I feel like Tony would be more accepted. But when he calls her, it's supposed to be just a little quiet thing. The urn. She talking about she not coming. So of course, you know, he goes in, he goes off. Right. And her being a scumbag, I thought was funny at one point. Then it got to where it was like, oh, how did she turn me so fast? She's the fucking worst. I like the other little thing they did where his is the only stuff in the house. See, any other parent that we've seen, it'd be like something like, wait, all our stuff is here. But no, she's a scumbag, right? She's not gonna have the daughter shit there. She was hating on them daughters. Both one daughter looked better than her, and the other one was willing to go out and leave the nest and do other things. Oh yeah. The mama was hating. Yeah. That's my 2 cents on why his stuff was there, hers wasn't, and the girls wasn't. But the biggest thing is, like, even from the grave, like as Carmela said, and we're gonna get to that at the little round, the school circle or whatever. She said, she from the grave, she's causing dissension in the ranks. Like, did you see Barb's face when Janice brought that shit up? That Tony was the only stuff that she kept. Like, even from the fucking grave, that woman's the worst, right? And I like how shit spread. You got Tony, and then you got Janice amongst her kids, right? So Tony he's talking to. So the first thing, when they let him know, you see the relief immediately. You see the relief. Before I could even talk about the relief you see, he switches it because he realizes, oh, I'm supposed to be sad. And I thought, okay, I in my mind, I was just thinking, okay, they might not talk about that no more. And then he speaks to Dr. Melfi, and he outright says, I felt relief, yo. I couldn't believe if she, she said she ain't talked, but, she probably talked to them people. And that thing he says to her, like, well, do I even need this anymore? Like, she's dead. Interesting, right? Because the whole thing was a lot of his problems, a lot of it was because she was based on her. Now, the thing is, as we see in other situations throughout this episode, just because she gone don't mean she gone. You dealing with that forever. That's not something going away, Tony. So, but the way he thinks is that finality of death with him, it works a certain way. When the motherfucker's dead out of the Bible, okay, he dead. Like, you know what I mean? But with her, he gonna realize, and he damn sure realized, at least in this episode, going forward, hey, nah, she's still affecting shit even after she's gone. Okay. Then Janice, to convince her sister's she just want to be left alone and live her life. But she got a heart and all that. So I don't even fault her. And in a way, I don't fault Janice. They wanted to do something for their mom. Okay. But Tony told her, no, we not doing that shit. All right. And she brought them all around. Okay. Hey, anybody got anything to say? And she was being so pushy and ridiculous. I was wondering, see, Tony, he's in that weird space right now where he can't just black out on her. Because if he does, it ain't going to stop. So it's this thing of he has to let things play out and let it go on. But you see Carmela over there sipping. I seen her sipping since the beginning. Since the fucking beginning, okay? Then she says something to Tony Jr. And Carmela, that was the first time she said, hey, move the fuck on. Don't fuck with my kids like that. Right? Like, fuck is she doing? Put him on the spot like that. You feel me? Like, that was bullshit. And she was being mad pushy and had everybody talking. And then the funny thing is with the old girl, I was saying old girl, not that she's old. I was just saying old girl. But the old lady, now I'm referring to her age. The old lady, she goes, yeah, she was my friend when somebody died or, somebody got sick or something. She would call me. And everybody looks. And the thing that I was just so funny to me about that was like, yeah, she was just gossiping. Like, but to her, a lady who was old and that means a lot. Just talking to each other. Just speaking to each other for old people, it means a whole lot. Just communication. Because they lack, they don't get it that much. Their brain doesn't get to utilize, get to fire on all cylinders as much as it used to. So any sort of communication, it means a hell of a lot. And then we get to that moment where old Artie is out. They showed the flashback. They was doing a lot of shit in here. They did that reverse thing in the beginning. They did that flashback for Artie. And I was like, I assumed Artie had kind of gotten over it, but it still irks him. Because he's a man. That was his business. And forever, Tony had something over him. And the fact that he can't even let nobody know about it. At every moment of his success, Tony is over him. He's a man. Like, I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense to y'all. Artie had a business. He went out. He created it. It was successful. Somebody took that from him for whatever reason. And then, they gave him another, helped him along to get another one and all this, blah, blah, blah. The thing, though, is, dog, I have no control over my own self. Because a person might see that like, yo, he crazy. Why would he do that? He's in a mobster's house. Dog, for one, he was drunk with a motherfucker, and that had brought up the memories of it. So when he goes, the only other person that knew, right? So Artie, okay. Oh, real quick, I want to say, you got another captain who's snitching, right? Like all of these guys, the good old days, these people who were young when his father and uncle were older, were young mobsters. These captains, boy, because at first I saw him, he was a dude with glasses, and then I realized, no, that's one of the captains that was sitting at the table with them, right? That'll be, you got one captain locked up, you got the fat one, he was a snitch, he died, and then you got this one. And then let us not forget, you just had Pussy snitching, right? He wasn't a captain, but he's in Tony's crew, right? And then let's go back to the when Carmela starts going off. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, she was a miserable woman. And for her father to finally get up, like, nah, fuck all that. Woman, we was under her yoke. When a man say under her yoke, that means a stranglehold. Like, we couldn't do shit. You feel me? Like we missed Christmases and all this. Bad. Like, just fire scene. Okay. Then, yeah, that was crazy. And then, yo, the thing with Uncle Junior. So, Richie's gone. A new guy stepped up, took his spot. He hasn't been given captain yet. Tony got to read it. But the main thing is Tony is dealing with his own shit right now. But Tony has to read it. Okay? And in the very next episode after the first one, you see them not talking in the basement and shit. The only person you see talking in the basement is his son doing hood rat shit with his friends, right? But they outside talking, but you have that guy, and he's putting in work. He's wilding a little bit. When eventually I feel like he'll be given captain or some shit like that. But it just seems as if he got rid of Richie and then got somebody else who's, looking to just move ahead, and he got to wrangle and control and, but the interesting thing in this is it's almost to the point where you forget, oh yeah, that's right, Uncle Junior still is in charge, but Tony is the actual man in charge. It's like when back in the day when you would have like some strong hand or prime minister and he locked the fucking king away because that dude has all the loyalty. He just keep that man locked up. He just bring him shit to sign off on shit. With this, ain't no paperwork, ain't no admin. He ever got to sign off on nothing. He'll just tell him, listen, this is what's going on. But when he said that shit about, yeah, you get all the credit for shit, he's like, the economy's good right now. So you got certain people who wouldn't normally be betting, they're even betting. So what it's like is Tony's going to have to deal with everybody wanting a piece of the pie. And then the whole thing with his mom, I wonder how they're going to deal with that going forward. At the very least, they're going to have to deal with Janice. And it looks like what happened here is the mom was going to be utilized. Janice was going to be off the show at least for a while. And so they had to hurry up and bring Janice right back because she passed away in real life. All right. Hey, dope episode. Looking forward to the next one. Next episode.